Greetings, comic viewers, lovers, geeks, my fellow geeks out there, CMV Nation, the whole 9 yard, right? Mumford and Kid here coming to you again. How's everybody doing? Back with another review for this week. Very short list this week. It's never happened to me before. Never had a very short pull list. But I only have 5 books for you this week. 2 from DC, 3 from Marvel. It would have been 6, but the Green Arrow one-shot was sold out where I get my books from, so they got me on back order because I really wanted to read that outside of all the other Flashpoint stuff that came out this week. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and let's get to it. So first off, we're gonna do DC and do Green Lantern, excuse me, Green Lantern, Emerald Warriors, number 11, DC. Finale, please. Finale of War Green Lanterns, please. But anyway, this will tie me over. Peter Tomasi, Bernard Chang does a great job with this book and this character. And why is he so angry? Why? Somebody must have did something to Guy. And we all know what happens when you screw with Guy. You get hurt. And that's exactly what happens in this book. Let me just put it like this. Guy is just doing his job as a GL. And what the person he helps screws with him. And this is the after effect of what happened to that person. Gets hurt. Don't screw with Guy. That's basically what I'm going to say on this book. Don't screw with Guy. JSA 52. This Mark Guggenheim continues to do a good job with the JSA. The problem I have with this book is what's going on with Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific has his intelligence, his intellect has been depleted. Somebody has taken his intellect, basically. And Mr. Terrific finds out who it is. What I will tell you is, you can kind of say a stalker of a fan of Mr. Terrific, but then you cannot, because I'll give you a clue. The person that took his intellect is a fan of Mr. Terrific, but not in a way. Is Michael, here's a question, guys. Is Michael Holt the first Mr. Terrific? There you go. What happens when Michael finds the guy? Kind of a shocker. But not only that, guys, it's the words of what this guy says to Michael. Even though he's watching a recording of him, it's what he says that was like, man, crazy fanatic. Now, we'll spoil this for you guys. The last panel in this book, his intellect has gotten so bad, everything of Michael Holt, that Michael has to go back to basics. Now, you're saying, oh yeah, basics, that's great. Well, going back to basics, that's cool. Whenever you start getting lost in whatever craft you know, just always go back to basics to learn. Well, it's gotten so bad for him. Like I said, if you haven't read GSA from the past couple of, if anybody knows, he doesn't know how to read anymore. Well, he has to watch like Sesame Street like shows to learn how to read again. The show is called Captain Rabbit. And you guys know how I feel about Mr. Terrific. You know how I feel about him. And it saddens me because this is the guy, the third smartest man in the DC universe. This man has 13 PhDs. I can't even think of anybody who has that many PhDs. And this is what has become of him in this book. So sad. But Mr. Guggenheim does do a good job still writing it. But so sad to see what has become of Mr. Terrific, Michael Holt. So sad. Almost makes me want to cry, guys. But I'm a big boy. I don't cry. Big boys don't cry. Just trying to put a smile on you guys' face. Move on to Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man number 664. This continues the storyline with Anti-Venom and the return of Anti-Venom and Raft, the ghost of Jean the Wolf. You got to be a real hardcore fan like yours truly right here who will know who Jean the Wolf is, because if you just picked up Spider-Man maybe not too long ago, you're going to be like, who the hell is Jean the Wolf? But it's okay. The chemistry has not been lost between these two. It's just like old times. This was really good. Dan Slott, I can see why the critics have praised your work on this title. You are still killing it. And when I mean killing it, you're knocking them right out the park. Home run. If it's not a home run, it's a nice double to bringing in the winning run. Sorry, baseball reference. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's really good. Still good. We get to also see who Raph really is. You know what? I had my suspicions who it was. I'm not going to spoil that. I had it even before Carly even figured it out. Beat that. Okay? I love the last, after this story was over, the other story of, Spidey still continuing his martial arts training with Shang-Chi. I love the dialogue between Shang and Spidey, especially the one back and forth dialogue where Spidey is training with Shang-Chi and Spidey says something about his spider sense. Shang-Chi comes out and it really got me thinking like the Spider-Man fan I am, like, interesting. Makes a little sense. Shang-Chi basically says to Peter that your spider sense was a crutch. It was a barrier, a major barrier that kept you from your true potential. I read that and I'm looking at it like, before I'm looking at it as a Spider-Man fan, I'm looking at it as a fellow martial artist myself. And I'm like, was it a crutch? Part of me says yes, and a part of me says no. But it was still good nonetheless. FF. Number 5, excuse me. Getting all the numbers mixed up. I come to the conclusion Jonathan Hickman knows how to write the FF. Come to the conclusion that these reads shows off that thank God that Reed has Sue and the rest of the family to keep him kind of going off the deep end. I come to the conclusion that Elisa Masters, thank you Hickman for putting her back in the book, loves Ben. She still loves Ben. Come to the conclusion that Ben still blaming himself for Johnny's death. Also come to the conclusion, guys, that this was good. Not great, but good. And can't wait to see the return of a certain king, if you know what I mean. But I will agree with Sensei. Marv, you got to stop doing that. You spoil it for you do that stuff and you spoil you screw over your own selves by putting stuff like this, because anybody can tell that's Black Bolt, and I just spoiled it for you. See, you see. Last but not least, Venom #4. Rick Miranda, you do a good job, sir, in really, really ensuring me that Flash Thompson, and convincing me that Flash is Venom. To me, now people, this is my opinion. To me, Eddie is now anti-Venom. Sure, I would love to see someday maybe him come back as with the symbiote, but Mr. Remender basically convinces me that after Eddie, the symbiote was dormant for a while. There was no Matt Gargan to me. There was Flash. Flash came next. That's kind of saying something to me. This was really good. Dialogue, good. Action, good. Everything you wanted to think of in this book was good. And I come to the conclusion, and I keep saying that word, I'm sorry people, that I'm looking forward to the future of this book. And the future of what holds, what is to come for Flash. Venom #4, very good. I can see why Sensei picked this as his pick of the week, but I don't do pick of the weeks. But I can see why, because it was really good. So basically, guys, that's all I have for this week. Like I said, really short week. That doesn't really happen to me too much, but it was nonetheless still good for me. Still enjoyed reading. I hope to come back next week with a bigger pull list. I can already assume, I can already tell you guys that the following week, the week of the 22nd, that pull list will be huge for me. I kid you not. But next week looks good for me. I will try to review the book that I missed this week for next week. I hope you guys enjoy this. Keep subscribing. Keep listening, to this straight up geek. I'm a straight up geek, guys. Check out Sensei's channel as well as always. And if you don't know who Sensei is, that's Blue Goblin. And keep subscribing to him. And other than that, guys, it's my Venom Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. I'll see you